Today is the 11th day of May in the Bahamas, a rainy day in the Bahamas. And I always tell people you cannot make a first impression the second time around. And I knew way back when, the first year, that this F&M government ain't no good. They were never for the people, they were for themselves. You know why? They showed their colors, the true red colors. They asked for a raise, and then they tried to sell them wanting a raise that they haven't had a raise in 25 years, like if they were serving for 25 years. Most of them was their first time, but they told the Bahamian people that they haven't had a raise in 25 years or more. It is time that they give a raise. Mind, when they asked for this job, they agreed with the salary. The salary is okay. The perks is okay. But instead of them trying to find a raise and try to bring up the minimum wage, they asked for their wages to be increased, and they haven't been on the job 2 years. Like, wow. So the saga continues. Your first impression is what I saw what you're going to be until you get kicked out of office. But I was talking about the Vice President of the United States. Houston, the virus have entered the most secured place in the United States, the White House, that has all the specialty and all the specialists are now on lockdown. Wow. Pence, secretary, or whoever the lady was in the picture with him, tested negative one day. The next day, she tested positive. And I heard Dr. Minnis clearly on TV in a national address yesterday that said Betsy from Lyford Key, as a single lady that he let come in, did not get tested. He said somebody that came to fix the engine, they got tested. The 6 others got tested, but they could have get tested today. And it didn't show up then, but it show up now. You see how dangerous this is? Man, this place gonna explode, this Bahamas. Just like the 100 and some students that they let in, they may not have been tested positive over there, but through their movement, when they check out the hotel, when they got in a car, when they got in a taxi, when they got at the airport, in the terminal, they could have picked up the disease there in transit. You see the problem we got here? So not because they were not tested positive today, tomorrow they still may have it. There is an example in the United States. I hope our Prime Minister is paying attention while he's acting like the two-headed monster, got multiple portfolio, while this epidemic, this war called COVID-19 should have all hands on deck. United States got their best brains, experts, professors in the field on hand, and the virus have entered the White House. So what's going to stop it from entering the House Assembly? What plans do you have when it enter into the House Assembly? You're going to have House Assembly in the church that you got locked down? These people that you let into the country, how are you going to secure and make sure that these people are locked down? Impossible. It's obvious. You think the guy that came to fix the engines will lock down for 14 days? They need him at Bahama Power and Light. You think Mr. Prime Minister, you fool in the Bahamas, that they needed him to fix the engine right away. And he went and laid down for 14 days, then come and fix the engine? Hell to the no. The person that went to the Cat Key or wherever this other worker that must be a donor to the F&M party, he's just a waker on Cat Key or whatever key he came in on. Couldn't he wait? Did he or was he locked down for 14 days when he came into Nassau and went to the Key? Or did he go directly to the Key? Bimini is crying, lock me down for 14 days. Please, Mr. Prime Minister, we need to be locked down. It is escalating in Bimini. I am crying. Abaco needs to be totally locked down for 14 days. Man, close Maxwell. Only person benefit in this chat. Get your essentials. Lock down. Give them time to lock down, but you got to show that you are leading this country by locking the place down. We got a hurricane season. I saw the weather there. I see one little disturbance of the hurricane of the African coast. Today is the 11th. We may have an early visit by hurricane in Abaco. All they can say is, wow. The Prime Minister forgot Abaco in all the national address. He ain't check if Abaco no national address. This is why Abaco and Abaconians wanted to go independent so bad. Boy, wouldn't it be beautiful? Abaco independence movement to be strong, to be independent. Look all them $45 million that we send into Nassau. Every year for 25 years, $45 million. Hurricane devastated our city center. And the government can't pick up the trash off the street. 9 months later, the government can't put water. My shop at the Pelican Shores, 9 months later. What a disgrace. The government can't put power. And all this in a 5-mile radius. They can't put power. 9 months later, baby could have been born. But this government can't figure how to do nothing because they don't care about Abaco. What they care about, they already did. And they went, and you imagine how the government jump on the mud, the peas and sandbanks and the farm, bam, on it, done it. You imagine when the government find out they could get $7 million to put those igloos in Spring City, bam, on it. The drone, got it. But when it comes to our lives, you imagine all the money the government haven't put $1 million worth of supply on the ground at Abaco. You imagine Betsy Dingham dog died, bam, 3 days later, funeral. Hurricane Dorian, 1st of September, 2019, 300 missing, 78 in the trailer. 9 months later, bam, can't bury him. They're digging 50 3-foot graves. God. Abaco can't even get the grave. The law says in this country, you got to go 6 feet. After bringing a trailer, my God, for 9 months, they're only giving us 3-foot graves, and there's 78 people, and they only digging 50 graves with 50 caskets. So somebody gonna get thrown to somebody. You'll never know what's going on because they just don't care. If the government would have cared, they would have buried our loved ones 9 months ago. But this prime minister was more concerned about the dog being buried less than a week. The dog from Lightfoot Key. has more priority than 78 bodies that are in the trailer some 9 months in, going on 10 months, and they're still in the trailer. This is the government that cares. A government that has heart, soul, and compassion for Betsy Digham and her dog, because she's in the constituency of the most Right Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Hubert Minnis. That is why he has compassion, he has heart, and he has soul for Betsy's dead dog. But out there in the trailer, there's no compassion, there's no love, and there's no soul, because they're still there 9 months later. Kai cares. I'm just bringing you the information. You decide who's right from who's wrong. I told you, Kai will be here because I live there. I love Abaco, and I love Abaco people. But it seems like Darren Henfield, James Albury, and Dr. Minnis have totally written Abaco off. I didn't even hear Abaco name called in House Assembly no more. Nobody to speak for us in the highest office of the land. Kai cares. Vote for Kai, and don't be shy.